So to be certain that I understand, did someone from the UN or elsewhere come to you and say, Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire and here are the terms of it? Or are you just hearing this and seeing what's happening in Gaza and know that there is no ceasefire?
Well, as I say, there were two ceasefires, humanitarian ceasefires, brokered by the UN in the last 24 hours, which we agreed Hamas has violated. We maintained it. We allowed trucks to go in and so on for relief, for food, for drugs, for everything else that is needed in such cases. Hamas violated it. Now Hamas has floated that it wants a ceasefire beginning at 2 o'clock, and they've attacked us after that. So they're violating even their own ceasefire. And under these circumstances, Israel will simply do what it must do, what any country would do to defend its people.
Mr. Prime Minister, your defense minister recently talked about significantly broadening the ground operation in Gaza, asking Israeli soldiers to be prepared for that. There's a member of parliament talking about, quote, the next phase. What is that next phase? What is broadening the offensive mean?
Look, I'm not going to talk about specific military operations, but Israel is doing what any country would do, and certainly the U.S. would do. If 80% of your population were under rocket fire, and you had 60 seconds or 90 seconds to get into bomb shelters, if terror tunnels were dug underneath your border in order to come in and explode your kindergartens and massacre your people and kidnap American citizens, you would take action. If America was attacked by land, by sea, by air, you would take action. So Israel is taking action to neutralize this threat, and I'm not going to get into the specifics. Obviously, we hope we can get a sustainable quiet as soon as possible. I think the only path to do that is by adopting the Egyptian initiative that basically has no conditions except to try to begin to have a ceasefire, a cessation of all hostilities, and try to address the two underlying issues here. Security for Israel, which means demilitarizing Gaza and from all these rockets and tunnels and so on, and social and economic relief for the Palestinians. I think the two are intertwined. I think you can't get social and economic relief for the people of Gaza without having assured demilitarization, because otherwise all the money, all the concrete, all the cement that will go in will not be used to offer relief to the people of Gaza, but to build more terror tunnels and more rockets and more missiles. We need demilitarization. That's critical.